All right, guys. Hey, welcome to episode 9 of The Nerd is the Word. I am Josh,
I'm Jeff.
and we have video for you now. You get to see our lovely faces, get to see
Yeah.
our reactions when he blows my mind with what we're going to be talking about today. And I really wish we would have had this for we wish we would have done this for the Wonder Woman one.
Yeah. That would have
They
been
could
fun.
see my brain leak out of my eyes when you do that damn rewrite. Oh, it was good. That was good. But we have a great show planned for you guys today. We got an X-Men casting. Since I don't think they've really announced much for the Marvel's version of X-Men.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I I know I know that they just have plans to do a movie, but like they haven't said anything about like who would be in it or like what team they would do, who they're keeping around. I'm not
I
sure.
think because I know they've announced that they're going to, because them not doing it would be they're wasting characters.
Yeah, now that so
Um,
the problem was they just now got it back with the Fox merger.
yeah,
So now they actually have the ability to make their own versions.
I think they're going to do kind of a first class thing, like the original lineup.
Hmm.
Which, okay, if you want to do that, go ahead. But no, before we get into that, how are you, my friend? How what have you watched over our span? You have any New Year's resolutions?
Uh, Not. I haven't watched too much. I was about to say no real New Year's resolution. Just kind of, just the only resolution is just to like help grow the channel and
Yeah.
just try and see where we get like a full year of this under our belt and just try and like really really like see where this goes and like like get like some now that we're putting like face footage and like actually having like some stuff to we had the like the rewatch series planned.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna do a whole rewatch series with the like all of the MCU so far, and we've got like the new WandaVision, we've got Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow should be coming out soon afterwards. So we're gonna have some fun stuff to talk about then. Try and
Oh
get
yeah.
some more guests on. It's always fun having guests on.
Oh, yeah. It always is fun, and yeah,
And then
more.
having like the Zoom stuff, like hopefully it'll make it easier. We can get some people from like not in the area.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wish we would. I know you've mentioned Zoom before. I wish we would have done it earlier, and that's probably partially on me
You and
because
your
it's like
internet.
yeah, yeah, my internet wanting to be the way it is because Windstream. But but no, my resolution is obviously I'm going to try and get in better health because you can always it's always fun to be healthier. Me and one of our friends are going to start going to the gym and all that, so you might see a swole Josh here. Probably not, but swole is the goal, size is the prize. Um,
Think of those yourself.
no, actually, one of my friends from high school texted me that the other day, and I just 100% stole that from him. I plagiarized him. But other than that, same as you, grow the channel, have this become bigger than it is, and it's growing at a very good rate.
Yeah.
For only having 9 episodes, there's a lot more views and subs and all that than I thought we'd have at this point.
I was about to say I know our the Facebook channel finally passed over like 100 people on it
Yeah,
on the Facebook
I
group.
meant to check the numbers today, but I didn't because been running around today. But other than that, no, I mean, we've been watching. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time I asked Serena this yesterday, the day before? When is the last time that you watched a horror movie that was genuinely terrifying? Like one that, like, obviously you knew it's a movie, but you were like, I jumped a lot more than I usually did at that.
Like I'm not like a huge fan on like horror movies like that. But the last one that I remember like legitimately like giving me nightmares was it was probably the new version of like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, the one with Rorschach in it.
Yeah, because
Ready?
it was just like how updated and good that it looked. I was like, oh, that's genuinely terrifying.
Well,
I could
because
imagine that.
we have Shudder here, the streaming horror service,
Hmm.
and me and Serena were scrolling through the day. I was like, I haven't been genuinely scared from a movie in like years. Like I haven't watched a movie and been like, okay, I'm going to sleep, but it's going to take a minute. I haven't done that in forever. And I mean, it has nothing to do with today's episodes. It was just a thought I had because, and Serena made a good point. You know, they're trying to make movies able to where I guess everyone's able to watch them. You
Yeah.
know, and they're kind of killing the joy of. I don't know if you ever have, but I know I have. I've snuck into horror films.
No.
I bought a ticket for The Croods, whatever, and snuck in to see a horror movie.
Like I said, horror was never my genre. So
Horror was, it's always been me. You know that though. You've seen the shirts I wear. But no, I mean, it was just a side thought. You know, they're trying to make everything, I guess, where everyone can watch it and families can go see it. I'm sorry.
well, I think it has a lot to do with like some of the movies that we've seen in like the horror genre, like it's a lot of like sequels to
Yeah.
things, and it's nothing like new and terrifying. So like when you have like Paranormal Activity, by the time you get to like Paranormal Activity 5, like you kind of know what's going on. It
Yeah. I
doesn't
mean,
it doesn't have the same like hit to it that the original did, or something like the Blair Witch Project, where it was
yeah.
a style that had never been put on that big a stage before, and then Paranormal Activity basically just like ripped that off.
Blair Witch was good. There was one that came out before it. And I doubt most people who watch this would have seen it. If they have, welcome to the dark side because it's pretty messed up. It's called Cannibal Holocaust. It was from like the 60s or 70s. It's old. I mean, it's old. But it's like it's about a professor or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out to find this film crew that went into the jungle to film cannibals. And he even sat there and was like, I wonder why they're dead.
Probably got eaten.
Really? But it's very like it was banned in America for a long time, I believe, and it's banned in Italy. It's a pretty messed up movie, but like it's one of those like remember when the Blair Witch Project first came out, everyone thought it was real,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh my god, this is yeah. They brought the director up on like murder charges, like they brought him to court, and he was like, yo, no, come here, yeah, they're here, you see them. And they were like, no, we're just assholes.
We're just assholes.
But no, that was a side note. But anyways, no, just watching TV, watching movies. Been watching a lot of Friends. We're on season 4 now. Don't know why we started watching.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, first of all, okay, whatever you have to say about Friends is wrong.
It's not that funny.
I think that show is hilarious.
It has its moments, but on like overall, it's not that funny.
I mean, yeah, How I Met Your Mother was funnier.
Which is sad that How I Met Your Mother was funnier.
You had Neil Patrick Harris, dude.
Yeah, and that was
NPH is great in everything.
You're right about that. But like outside of Barney, outside of like Barney, Lily, and Marshall,
Ted was an asshole. I'm sorry.
Got real old.
It's like me and my sister were talking about it the other. Ted was kind of a dick. You know, he's like that friend that you hang out with just because you feel bad for him, and the entire time you're like, man, finish up the story, okay? I don't know why they needed 9 seasons. I love the show. I've watched it maybe 3 times, and first time genuine watch when it was running. Second time because I hadn't seen it in a while, and they put it on Hulu. After that, it was a background thing. I mean, it was a background while I was writing. That's my other New Year's resolution, actually, is to finish a movie script. Actually finish it, because that one I had told you about a while ago, I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
But that's just a rough draft. I gotta go through and fix it all. It's a work in progress, but yeah, that's the other resolution, is to actually get my work finished, because as of right now, I have a movie script that's kind of just sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
But no, the show today it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna let's just get into it. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What is your opinion on the X-Men?
So those were probably the original movies. That was, for the most part, like my introduction into Marvel. Was like, because I believe the X-Men movies came out before Spider-Man, right? The Raimi version.
Yeah, I believe so.
So that original X-Men movie was like my introduction into Marvel.
Yeah.
Because like I've been I love Batman ever since I was a kid.
Oh yes.
So I had seen all the Michael Keaton Batmans, and still hate the one with Catwoman and Penguin.
I'm not a big fan of it. There are moments in it that I like.
Which part? I hadn't found one yet.
I think Michelle Pfeiffer did an okay Catwoman for the time. She's nowhere near like the newer versions of Catwoman.
My favorite's still Anne Hathaway.
Oh, without a doubt. And I think Zoe Kravitz is going to surprise us, though.
Oh, yeah,
I think she's going to be good
for that.
But
yeah, like
I think Michelle Pfeiffer. Go ahead.
I grew up with like Batman, and even though I didn't necessarily like it, like Superman, the Justice League cartoons, all that. So like the original X-Men movies was like my introduction into Marvel, and like there were things I liked, things I didn't. So like I think my interest in that has like grown as I've started to learn more about the actual characters.
Oh yeah, 100%. Same here.
But still, like DC is always like the favorite for me, even with how big the MCU is.
Mine's the same. I don't think, because there's a couple years between us, so you saw a lot of things before I did. But first thing I ever watched was the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man,
mm-hmm.
and then it got into X-Men. I've never been a huge X-Men guy. Like I enjoy the movies. I haven't seen the past couple of them. No, I did watch Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dark Phoenix.
I was underwhelmed.
I haven't I started but never finished Apocalypse.
Well, I watched.
And if there's anything in between, then I definitely didn't see that.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the order. I watched the first 3 original X-Men. And pretty much all the Hugh Jackman Wolverine stuff, like the Wolverine, X-Men Origins, Logan.
I haven't seen Logan yet.
Oh, Logan is so good.
It's on my list, but I just hadn't got around to watching it yet.
Logan is. I went to the theaters to go see it twice. I went once with my old roommate, and then once with one of my younger sisters. But Logan was a good movie. It had its X-Men humor,
mm-hmm.
but it was very dark, and they were kind of branching off the Old Man Logan stories of Wolverine just got old. I mean,
mm-hmm.
his aging is stunted, but eventually everyone ages.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I don't know, someone who doesn't age.
Like Wonder Woman, apparently.
Yeah. But it was good to see Hugh Jackman play that kind of Wolverine, because we're used to seeing, the badass.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do everything. And in this one, he was, I don't want to say frail, but that's the closest word I can say, is he was his where his claws eject, they were closing up, so he had to like pull his claws out and like basically tear his skin. You know, he has an adamantium bullet that the whole movie he's like, yeah, I was going to use it on myself. Yeah, okay. And it's like, oh, okay, you're. What happened to you? Do you need a hug?
I mean, if you're a person like that where you never age and like you're wondering, eventually you get to a point where
yeah,
like you just get tired of being alive.
Well, at that point you've seen everyone you know die.
Yeah.
I mean, but like Patrick Stewart was in there as Charles Xavier. I think that was him retiring, him being Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Was that movie? And I think they said that was Hugh Jackman retiring Wolverine as well.
I hope not, but yes.
Oh, I hope not too. But it's good. I do recommend it. But no, I mean, me and X-Men have never been like besties.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched First Class, and other than that, I haven't seen any of the Michael Fassbender or who was the other guy play Charles Xavier.
Oh,
I can't remember. James McAvoy.
Yeah, McAvoy.
I haven't seen really much of their runs. All I do know is Fassbender is Magneto.
Yeah,
that's
he
good.
Did a really good job.
That's good, and there are some parts, and I'm not going to spoil it for you for Dark Phoenix, but there are parts of that movie they're pretty bad. I mean, he's angry. But they could put Michael Fassbender in literally anything, and I'll watch it. I mean,
yeah, I agree with that. I think he's done a good job in everything that he's ever done that I've seen him in.
Oh yeah,
and
I mean, he was even great in the Alien movie. What was that? I'm sorry.
I was just saying, like it just makes me want to see him in like even more stuff because every time he does a good job, just add on to it.
He was really good in the in Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I liked him in that.
I can't
he plays one of
I've actually seen those. Like I know what they are.
You remember you remember the Alien movies, right?
Well, yeah, no, like I know what they are. I just haven't seen them.
Well, yeah. Well, you know how they had like the robots that would take care of the ship while they're in the sleep.
Yeah.
He plays one of those, and he plays it very well. Yeah, he does it. They make him. He has like zero emotion. Like he'll smile and all that, but you're like, oh, that's a fake smile. He was good in 300.
He was in 300.
I really liked him in 300. But yeah, he was the blonde Spartan, the one that I think chopped little boy's arm off or something. The one who was gonna whip him and he just sliced his arm off or something. I haven't seen 300 in forever.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I didn't realize he was in 300.
Mm-hmm. He was very young and very skinny. He wasn't built. He was like you could fold him like a cardboard box.
That was like his first like big movie.
Yeah. I think he was also in the Assassin's Creed movie. I think he was supposed to be Ezio or Altair, whoever the assassin was for that movie. I don't know who the assassin was.
Yeah, it says Cal Lynch and Aguilar, so maybe. But yeah, that was after like Apocalypse and everything. But like 300 was his first big movie, like all the way back in 2006.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
and then he really didn't have another. He didn't have another like big time movie until Inglourious Bastards, and I think that was the one that kind of.
I forgot he was in that.
That kind of put him back in like the public eye.
Yeah, which that's a pity because that dude's a great actor. I love him. He could be in anything. I would love for them to make him Magneto again, but I think the chances of them doing that are very slim. Unless,
it depends on if he fits their Because if he fits the age range that they're going for, like I don't see why you wouldn't. Because if he's somebody that's already known for being the character, he's somebody that has already done it and done a very good job.
A very good job.
It would put less stress on everybody else, like having to worry about, does he know how to do this? Can't like, can he be the character? Like, you already know he can.
Yeah, I still think one of the funniest parts of those runs of his movies, I think it was, I want to say it was in First Class, was when him and Xavier are going off to find mutants, and they
Mhm.
go to the bar and they find Wolverine, and they're like, "My name's Charles Xavier." He goes, "My name's whatever." He's Wolverine. He's like, "Go fuck yourself." And he's just smoking a cigar, and you're like, ha, "See, there we go. We finally got Wolverine to say it." But
Yeah,
but
that was good.
it was so funny. But I grew up watching like the X-Men Evolution cartoon, which was more kid friendly.
Hmm.
It was, I guess like the golden age of the X-Men, because if you look at the X-Men comics, they're very dark. Like they have their moments of kids don't need to be reading this. I mean, I did. And look at me now.
The
But
horror buff says.
but no, like, and then I watched Wolverine and the X-Men, which was for a Nickelodeon show. It had darker elements to it, and it's on Disney Plus, and it's just kind of, I don't know how to say it. It's a mystery kind of X-Men. They're looking for all the X-Men who something, I can't remember exactly what happened. I've watched in years. Something happened, and X-Men are scattered. I think some of them died, and it's a kids show on Nick, and it was good. I very much love that show.
I I think the only one that I ever watched growing up was it was like the main X-Men show.
Like the Fox Kids show.
Yeah, where
I
they
watched a
they
little
just
bit of
flew
that.
around. They flew around in the jet. They all had their yellow suits.
Yeah, that they never took off.
Yeah, never. You only saw them in that. That was it.
It's like, do they wear real clothes? What's real
No,
clothes?
no. We wear the blue and yellow X.
But no, I didn't watch it growing up per se. I watched it a little. I mainly watched the Spider-Man Fox show
Oh, okay.
and the X-Men. I don't know why I never watched that, and it wasn't for me just going, "Oh, X-Men," not watching it. I think it was more of a. It was just never on. Like I don't recall ever watching it until they put it on Netflix when Netflix first became a thing. I watched a couple episodes of that, but no, I didn't. I'm just now starting to watch that show, and it is good.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good, especially for like a kid's cartoon, even back then.
Well, if you look at a lot of shows that are meant to be kids' cartoons, they're very good. They're
Like Batman the animated series.
oh, we were watching that the other day. They put it on HBO Max. I think Serena got off work or something. I'm sitting in the living room just watching it, and she's like, "What are we watching?" I was like, "Batman the animated series." And
Yep.
then it was the episode that Nightwing was telling Tim why he quit being Robin,
Hmm.
and she's asking questions. I'm like, "Yeah, that's Batgirl. Yeah, she's dating Robin. Yeah, that's just the timeline for now." And she's just watching it. That shows Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know you said you've never really watched that show.
Hmm.
It's if there's any shows I do recommend that one. There are no episodes of that show that are bad. There are some that go a little slower than others, and some that are obvious filler.
Hmm.
But they work the filler episodes in to where you don't not want to watch them. You know what I mean? But I mean that Korra. I mean all of the X-Men. Like Pokemon. I still watch Pokemon. The old Pokemon show. Like with Brock.
I still think my favorite part about the original Pokemon series was episode 1, right? Like at
Yeah.
the very end, they show Ho, which at the time that it aired was a Pokemon that did not exist in the game
Yeah.
or the series. They just made one up, and then it became a legendary. And it's like, all right,
You want to talk about one thing that I've always loved was I can't remember what episode it was, but they're running in the rain and Brock's like, I'll turn my frying pan into a drying pan. I'm like, I hate you. I hate everything about you, Brock.
oh, he was one of the best characters.
Oh, he was one of the best, but if you look at it, he was one sexual harassment lawsuit away. That dude was he was something else. It was kind of like everyone's talking about training Pokemon. He's like, I wish she trained me, and you're like, calm down, Brock. Okay, we're talking about Pokemon. Kids show, okay? Showtime after dark. But no, I mean, there are a lot like even Gravity Falls. I love that show.
I haven't seen it. I know it has. Wasn't that one of the other from like the Rick and Morty dudes?
I don't know. I don't know exactly who made it. I know it was a Disney Channel show or a Disney XD whatever platform it came on when they were doing it. But that show, if you look at it, if you strip away the like the kid show part of it, it works for a very effective like CW Supernatural spinoff show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got journals that talk about monsters and all that. You have a monster of the week if you go by them releasing a new episode every week. You got a mystery. It's very good. I vouch for that show. I'd watch it.
Yeah, so it wasn't created by the people that did Rick and Morty, but they both enjoyed it. Like, so I think it was like Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Like they enjoyed like Gravity Falls, and then the guy who created Gravity Falls like really like Rick and Morty. So they there's Easter eggs of each in like the other shows. Mm-hmm. Which I think is I think that was kind of cool that it was like between a Cartoon Network show and a Disney show, and it's like they're in the same universe. I always thought that was kind of cool.
You want to talk about another great show that Serena's not a big fan of it because she just doesn't like it. But it's Close Enough. I think I've told you about this. It's you remember Regular Show?
Yes.
It's the dude that made Regular Show.
Mm-hmm.
Made an adult version of Regular Show, which was essentially Regular Show, but I mean, yeah, but it's like more adult focused. Like they're smoking weed in this show. They're getting like plastic. It is hilarious.
Is it the one like? Is it actual people?
Yeah,
I think Gianna was watching that the other day. I saw like an episode or two of that.
Oh, it is so funny. I love that show.
I couldn't not hear. Was it Mordecai?
Yeah.
I couldn't not hear like every time that dude spoke. I just pictured like the bird, and I was like,
you know what I think is funny? You know who voices Skips, right?
No.
Mark Hamill.
Of course he's in there.
And if you listen to it now, you're like, oh, okay. The Joker smoked 3 packs a day, because that's exactly what Skip sounds like. But no, so we kind of got off topic. X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't released the cast. I remember I think they said Shia LaBeouf was going to be in it at one point, and then he ended up getting in a bunch of trouble.
Because that was whenever everyone was saying that it was going to be Shia as Wolverine?
Yeah, as Wolverine, and everyone was like, no. But yeah, I remember they said Shia was going to be Wolverine, and then I heard somewhere he was going to be Iceman. And then he ended up getting in some assault charge or something, and now he's kind of gone because, as one does with a Disney movie. But we each did a casting for the original lineup of Angel, Archangel, however you want to say it, Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Wolverine, Professor X and Magneto.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go first. No, yeah, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes, I want you to go first. I'm skipping the floor. I'm skipping the foreplay.
All right. So for my first one, I have Angel
Okay.
as Liam Hemsworth.
Okay. Okay.
That
Okay.
was the Hemsworth from the Hunger Games.
Yeah. I can. You saying that it makes me. Did you ever watch Scoob? That Scooby Doo movie they made like a year or two
Yes.
ago
Yeah.
with
Sadly.
when sadly that movie was hilarious. It wasn't a good Scooby Doo movie, but it
No.
had some funny jokes. But with the I'm gonna take old man Hemsworth, and he's like, "My Liam or Chris?" That Zach Efron as Fred, I buy it.
I
But
was
okay.
there. I think the only one I didn't like was it was like Mark Wahlberg as whoever he was, because all I could picture was just Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Was it Ken Jeong in there?
I think so. Was he the little robot?
Yeah, I feel like that was Ken Jeong, who he's also another one. You can put him in anything, and I will lose my mind.
Absolutely.
But anyways,
So I did Beast next, and
okay.
for Beast I went with Daveed Diggs from Hamilton. He
Never
was
saw
one
it.
of he was one of the leads in Hamilton. It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. I mean, it is a musical, but it is very good.
Dude, screw you. I love musicals.
Then go watch it. How have you not seen it? It's on Disney Plus.
There. Believe me when I say there are reasons, not from me. There are legitimate reasons. Like there are a lot of things that I'll sit there and make up. Or no, this is a 100% okay. That's definitely a no reason. So if I watch it, it'll be by myself.
Okay.
My sister's been sitting there. You need to watch Hamilton. Well, I can't really watch it, and it's like, okay, you scare me. Okay.
It was very good, and like I think Daveed Diggs would make a very good Beast.
Yeah.
For Cyclops, I have Dacre Montgomery. So that's he was in Stranger Things, and he was the Red Ranger in the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay. Okay. I know you're talking about now.
So that's who I had for
Very good
Cyclops.
Red Ranger. That's a movie, and I don't mean to cut you off. That's a movie that I feel like does not get as much recognition as it should.
What, the Power Rangers movie?
I still fuck with the Power Rangers.
I will stand that movie. Like that was.
Did you noticed that the original Green Ranger, White Ranger was in it, right?
Well, yeah. So it was Jason David Franks and Amy Jo Johnson, who was the Pink Ranger. They were
Yeah.
literally together in that cameo.
I love that movie so much. I love the soundtrack, everything.
I was just pissed because they had the little end credit scene
With the
where
Green
they
Ranger, and
where
they're
they were
like, "Oh
gonna.
yeah, we're not going to do any more Power Rangers." I flipped my shit. I'm sorry.
I'm still waiting on that movie.
Tommy Oliver is my favorite Power Ranger. You tease them, and you're like, "Oh, you want him?" Really?
So next I have for Iceman,
Okay.
Andrew Garfield.
I could see it. I could see it.
He's got that kind of like just.
Well, no, they can't do that
Why can't they?
because he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie. You can't have Andrew Garfield come in as Spider-Man and be like, "I'm also an X-Men."
I mean, he's gonna come in for the Spider-Man movie and then disappear, right? That's what we're thinking. Is it's just gonna be like a multiverse and then go back to.
True.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Okay. Okay. I'm smelling what you're selling.
For Jean Grey, actually, let me do Wolverine first. So for Wolverine, obviously, I would want Hugh Jackman.
Oh, of course. If you don't want Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, I'm sorry, you're kind of a dumb bitch.
But if we can't have the Hugh Jackman, I would like Jensen Ackles.
I love it. I did not think of Jensen, and I feel like I should have.
Oh, so this should have been your go-to, but
That should have been my go-to. But now I kind of feel dumb about my choices.
I was
Which,
say him. Like if you just imagine like him as Dean,
yeah,
like that kind of attitude, and then just put it in the X-Men, like it's essentially the same thing, just a
it
claw.
is essentially the same thing. It would be a little weird to see Jensen Ackles smoking cigars, but I'm down for it. I'm 100% here.
And then so going off of the fact that we would have like a younger, like Wolverine, like it
Yeah.
would lend itself to like a younger Jean Grey, because like I know they kind of had a thing.
They had a running kind of unspoken thing, but it was also Wolverine really wanted Jean hard, but she was also like, "Hey, Cyclops," and it's kind of like that book, not that book, that box of comics I have that I'm selling.
Mm-hmm.
I have like 3 copies of Cyclops and Jean Grey's wedding. I mean, so they're kind of a big thing, but yeah.
So going with the fact that we would have like a younger Wolverine, even Cyclops being Dacre Montgomery as a younger person, you would have to have like a younger version of Jean Grey as opposed to like the older one we got in the movies.
Yeah.
So I went with Emma Watson.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. See, that makes my Jean Grey sound dumb, but
I asked if you wanted to go first.
you did ask, and I did make the foolish choice of saying, no, you can go first. And now I regret my decision. But also, I think it'd be fine.
So going into like Professor X and Magneto, for Professor X, I have Colin Firth. So he was the. Did you see?
Kingsman?
Yeah, Kingsman. He was like the older
Yeah.
dude in Kingsman.
The one that like went nuts in the church.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was about to say just put him in a bald cap and let him go.
I think my Professor X might shock you.
And then for Magneto, if I can't have Fassbender back,
Yeah.
and if Professor X is going to be a little bit older, you would want somebody on the other side to be about the same age.
Yeah.
Sean Bean.
That's one of mine. I have two for Magneto. I was seeing Sean Bean. I was like, bastards.
Bastards.
The one where the one that was directed video. Which one? That was the.
Which one?
I like that. I like your line. Okay, mine.
Oh no! I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet.
So I've seen while I was doing my research, I saw where they had said that they had talked about maybe making Professor X and Magneto black.
I think I know one of them for you.
So if we're gonna, because the whole thing with the X-Men was it was based off of like Professor X and Magneto were based off of MLK and Malcolm X.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna have like in this newer age where like the Black Lives Matter stuff is going on, it would make sense to have them be like not like white dudes.
Yeah, I mean.
So for mine, for Professor X, I have Jeffrey Wright.
I didn't see that coming with Professor X. Ooh, getting Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah,
I dig it. Okay.
To be the good guy, the more patience and virtuous, side of that little relationship, and then for Magneto, Giancarlo Esposito.
I knew it.
He's just too good of a villain.
I noticed something the other day. Speaking of him, we're talking about he's in a lot of stuff that we're just, oh, hey, that's him. Okay, that's kind of cool. I was watching Son of Batman the other day, the DC animated movie that came out like I think 6 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Ra's al Ghul. He is the voice of Ra's. I was watching. I was like, that sounds a lot like him. No, it's not him. And then the movie finished. I was like, let me look. I was scrolling through like the cast. I was like, get that. Okay, yeah, that is him. I like that. I like it a lot. Magneto, obviously, I side with. I mean, man, that kind of makes mine sound Okay. All right. For my angel, archangel, whatever name you want to call him, I have Dean O'Gorman. He's
I have no idea who that
he's
is.
been in a couple of things. I don't think he's been in a couple of big things, but stuff that kind of like swayed by this. I think he was in I Am Number 4. I think he was the main character in that. Um, he was in that weird Beauty and the Beast movie that they made, or Beast, or whatever the heck it was called.
Oh, it looks like he was in his known for is from The Hobbit.
I don't remember him in that. I'm not even gonna lie to you right now.
It listed his character as Philly, Fili. I would say he was in like all of the Hobbit movies.
I was thinking about someone else. Yeah, Philly. I forgot. I wrote a different name on there. Yeah, him. He was in Trumbo too as Kirk Douglas. My mind went blank. I thought I put another name on there. But no, he's a good actor. Now that I remember what I'm talking about. I did like him in The Hobbit. He was a very good Philly. And he was good as Kirk Douglas in Trumbo. That was a good movie too. It's a good kind of biopic about
I haven't seen it, and like even the Hobbit stuff, like Lord of the Rings isn't my cup of tea. Yeah. So like I watched
that is my bottle of vodka.
I watched the original ones that came out like when we were younger. Like I remember seeing. I think I saw like all 3 of them in theaters. But like none of the Hobbit movies. What was it, like the Smaug movie with
Cumberbatch, who have him in everything.
No, absolutely.
Because I love him. He was a great Sherlock Holmes. I'm sorry. I've never met anyone who says they don't like him, but I have seen some people online like, oh, he sucks, and it's like, okay, well, me and you we're gonna throw hands because no. But no, Dean O'Gorman, he's a good actor. I hate I haven't seen him in much though. And I feel like Angel, he has the face for Angel because Angel, good looking guy. Mm-hmm. Angel has always been good to look at, really easy. Dean O'Gorman, he's a pretty guy. He's good. He can look good. But my Beast is it's the same. It's someone that I put for Fantastic Four because Beast is naturally smart.
Yeah.
And his mutation is him turning into the Beast. So you have to have someone who can spit out some knowledge, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense because of the way they execute it. Get Matthew Gray Gubler, Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he would better suit Beast than Mr. Fantastic, even though if they put him as Mr. Fantastic, where's my check? Because, but one of my favorite parts of the whole Criminal Minds show was Reed. Dude's funny, and also he's snarky and arrogant enough to where when he says something, you don't think he's making it up. You know that it's true fact. Mm-hmm. So I have him for Beast. For my Cyclops, I have 2. I have Taron Egerton.
Also from Kingsman.
Yeah, also from Kingsman. He was Elton John.
Yeah.
I think he's a good actor. I think it would be different because in Kingsman, he was okay. I mean, they're not my favorite movies of all time, but I would not watch them. I think he's good. But I think that would be a good change for him rather than playing, Elton John and...
You mean British people?
Yeah, British people playing Cyclops. But I also have Alden Ehrenreich, or Einrich, however the heck you say his last name. You might know him from a little film called Solo.
Okay.
A Star Wars story. The dude that played Han Solo.
Okay.
I think that would be interesting because it's not his fault that movie bombed. Because I think he played a pretty good Han Solo.
Yeah, I still don't think that movie was bad. Like, I actually really...
I love that movie. Yeah. If they announced tomorrow that they're doing a second one, I would lose my mind in happiness. but I think he would do very well because I generally like him as an actor, you know.
Hmm.
But for my Jean Grey, I have Evan Rachel Wood.
See, I saw that a lot. I never watched Westworld, but I saw a lot of people online that had her as their pick.
I think she'd do good. I didn't watch much of Westworld, but she was in Across the Universe. It was I can't remember what year it came out, 2003, something like that. It was an early 2000s movie, and it was a musical. And the whole point of the musical is like Vietnam and the Beatles and all that. And they play I think all Beatles songs, and she's the one of the main characters in that movie. Very great actress.
2007.
2007. Okay, but I think she would do pretty good. What I'm saying is if they cast her, I wouldn't exactly lose sleep over it. For my Iceman, I have Colton Haynes
Colton Haynes. Why do I know that name?
because you watched Arrow and you know him as Roy.
Oh, okay, yeah, Roy.
And Iceman, if I remember right, I want to say I do, is a gay character. Colton Haynes is gay, and he's also a great actor. I think he'd do well. Plus, he was great as Roy. He was one of my favorite parts of that show. But yeah, Colton Haynes as Iceman.
You are correct. He was gay in the comics.
Yeah, so you got Colton Haynes, who is also gay, and who is also a phenomenal actor. I mean, his stuff on Teen Wolf was very good. I watched a couple episodes of him in it, and you're not gonna hear me complain about any of them. Plus, also, Iceman's a good-looking dude. Old boy was an Abercrombie model. But for my Wolverine, obviously Hugh Jackman. Obviously,
Yes, the huge Ackman. Yes.
Hugh Jackman. you, did you ever? There was a video. It was John Cena, like one of those like answers questions or whatever,
Hmm.
and they asked him if John Cena is his real name. He's like, no, my real name is like Pete Hammerdick. He goes, but you can't exactly say. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was like it was a blatant dick joke,
Hmm.
and it was. And John Cena is never really my favorite actor, but there are some things that he says that he executes so perfectly that my faith in his acting career is renewed every time. Just like, did you hear about the empanadas thing?
Mm-mm.
It's talking about Suicide Squad because he's a peacemaker in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
new James Gunn, and they said there's a there's a part where he's supposed to eat an empanada just like in a certain way. He said he thought he'd do it in one and done. I was reading the other day. He's like, on empanada number 32, I finally got it. He is such a good storyteller that when he said that, I was like, okay, I'm going to go see the Suicide Squad movie for that part alone. I mean, I'll watch it for the rest of it, but the second the empanada is going to be like, shut up. Here it is. But, okay, for my Wolverine, I have first Scott Caan. Or Khan, however you say his last, James Caan's son.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was in the Ocean's movies. I think he was in the Hawaii Five-O show.
Yes,
I
he
can't
was
remember.
in. He was in Hawaii Five O. Yeah.
He was I can't remember who he was. He's a good actor. I think he'd have to build up a little bit, but he's short, and I think if you put the sideburns and that hair on him, you won't exactly think it's freakish. It would kind of look right on him because he always has big hair.
Yeah, I remember him most from Gone in 60 Seconds.
He was in that too. I haven't seen that movie in forever. The funniest part when they're playing Lowrider and he's like, "All right, let's go," which is exactly how I do most scenarios. Like if we're getting in the car, or if we're stopping the car and there's a song on, I'm like, "All right, let's get out of the car to the tune." But my other one is Scott Eastwood.
Oh yeah, Clint's son. Yeah, I
Mm.
saw. I saw where somebody had mentioned that too.
He was
I
good.
didn't mind it, but
I wouldn't mind it. I think they also said that he. I think he. did you hear anything about Nightwing in Suicide Squad? The old Suicide Squad movie? Shit. The old Suicide Squad movie. the
The original.
Yeah, the original Suicide Squad movie.
I feel like I saw where somebody said there was supposed to be like it was like a deleted scene, or it was like a scene that got cut that didn't quite make it to the like actual filming.
They said because they put him in that movie really as a small character. I mean, you're Clint Eastwood's son and you get 3 lines in the movie. It felt like they were building to something. Someone said that was Nightwing during his Agent 47 or whatever Agent whatever days. Anyways, Scott Eastwood, who he's a good actor. I think the only thing that would hold him back is he's built, but he's not Wolverine built. Wolverine's big. He would have to like body build, like more than he probably already does. And but I don't know. I think he's a good actor. But my Professor X.
Okay.
My first actor is Ralph Fiennes.
Okay.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
I think he was Hades in the Wrath of the Titans movies. I think he's good. He's great in everything I've ever seen him in. He was the new M, I think, in the Bond movies. He's good in that. And my other one is Obi-Wan Kenobi himself.
Hello there.
I think he'd do well because Obi-Wan he has a British accent because Obi-Wan is obviously from Space Britain. So it's just like the Bill Burr in The Mandalorian. Someone posted on iFunny, if you look up where he's from, it says Space Boston. But no, I think McGregor would be very good because it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've never seen a bad movie with him in it.
I would like to point out that Ewan McGregor is in fact British. Before we get,
I thought it was Scottish.
It's the same thing. They're from
No, it's not. Hey, go to Scotland and tell some dude he's British. I guarantee you'll call me like this. I guarantee you'll call me like this. Because they will knock your teeth out. But no, and for my Magneto, I did say Sean Bean.
Bastards.
But also,
which one?
Jason Isaacs.
You just want to put that man in everything.
Yeah. So what? I love Jason Isaacs. Okay, that dude's a great actor. He is not in enough movies as he needs to be. That dude killed both of Mel Gibson's sons, and all he got was Harry Potter. Okay, I feel like it's a injustice to this man. He'd be better as Thrawn, but And for my, Black Professor X and Magneto, I didn't think about that, and now I feel like a jackass, and now I got to think about it on the spot.
You can go ahead and say Giancarlo Esposito.
Without a doubt, that was always going to be my Magneto.
It's just right there. He's so good at playing.
I did see something where someone was talking about him being. They wanted him to play a good guy, and they're like, "Why?" Look at him in everything. Look at it in Breaking Bad.
He's just a very good bad guy.
He plays the voices of bad people. But and for my Professor X, I'm gonna go with. Okay. You have to have an older man, right?
Yeah.
If we're gonna do since Giancarlo, he's not exactly a spring chicken. He looks old. Let's be honest.
God, yeah.
So we have to have someone who will bounce off him so they look like they were kind of in the same.
Okay, yeah. Danny Glover.
Yes. Let me explain why.
Okay,
let me explain why. First of all, love him as an actor. But part of the reason why Patrick Stewart did so well as Professor X is the voice. If you don't have the voice for that character, your acting can be amazing. If you don't have the voice, it loses people.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Glover has one of those voices where he can put out wisdom. And it will sound very well put. You know, if he's saying, you know, like if they have Wolverine in there, you know, like in the first X when he's running around and all you hear is Logan and he's turning around looking. Danny Glover's voice, if he does it right, I think it would be great. And the thing is, he doesn't exactly need to get his career jump started though, or like rebooted. Dude's 109 years old. He is still living. He's still living off of Lethal Weapon money.
Yes.
I just think he would do rather well. And if Danny Glover isn't the one they choose, then give me Denzel Washington.
Ooh, see, I could see Denzel. That would be...
I think because those Equalizer movies are great. And he's already bald, so you don't need a bald cap. I'm sorry, that was messed up. It was funny though. But he's another one. He has one of those voices of if he's leading the X, or he's gonna have like a moment where Cyclops or whatever is doing a usual comic book thing where they're getting ready to, why am I doing this? It's so sad. And he could be like, he could Denzel it up. Like, look, you're an X-Man. Get out there and be an X-Man. Do like Deadpool. Slap the ass, get out there and be an X-Man.
The thing that I keep thinking of is just Coach Boone from Remember the Titans as Professor X.
I think about him as
water is for getting blood off my uniforms. You don't get blood on my uniforms.
I think about, did you ever see Safe House?
Yes. It was a long time ago, but yes.
I think about him in that because his character was a badass. But he was also, if you look at it, he was like setting the stepping stones for Ryan Reynolds' character.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling, like, when they're in the car and they're talking, he was telling me, I'm gonna get promoted, whatever, bringing you in. And Denzel's like, the people that pat your back and say good job, they're the ones you need to watch out for. That man can say, he could read the phone book and I'd be inspired. Okay, just like Morgan Freeman would be another one. Give me the alumni of characters with great motivational voices. There we go. Pick one. Just go. Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
I think another thing, I would love to see Denzel be Professor X because he's already been Malcolm X.
Yeah.
So it would be neat to see him as like both sides of the picture, essentially.
Yeah. That will be very interesting.
And there's one problem with having Danny Glover be Professor X.
What's that?
He's getting too old for this shit.
I still think it's so funny that they're doing 2 more Lethal Weapons.
Why?
Okay, first of all, I love the Lethal Weapons, but I do understand why. Or I understand why you're asking that.
Just let it die. Let it be known for what it is.
Here's the thing: does Mel Gibson need that much money? Does he need the money that bad?
Yes.
Did you watch the trailer for Fat Man? With him as like a disgruntled Vietnam vet Santa Claus? That was without a doubt the dumbest movie trailer I've ever seen, and I'm still gonna watch it.
Vietnam
just so I can hear his gravelly Braveheart voice sit there and go, "Ho ho ho! You better not pout. You better not cry. Rudolph, your nose is bright." But no, yeah, those are mine.
Terrible.
What?
It just looks so terrible.
It looks so bad that it's funny.
Who honestly was sitting in a room and said, "All right, guys, I have an idea. Okay, I have one idea. Santa Claus, but it's Mel Gibson."
Here's the thing.
Like, who okayed that?
I like Mel Gibson as an actor. I think he kind of, lost his shit at one point.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot of work to get his career back, because he's not a spring chicken, but also he has a few more years of work left in him if he wanted to.
Let's point out the fact that more people know him for his rants than they do what he's acted in. So
And
again, how did he get the part of Santa Claus?
But this is also the Santa Claus that if you walk into the house and he's got a 1911 of someone's head, you're not going to go, oh my God, you're going to go, yeah. I did like, did you see the fact that someone said that the little kid looks like Ben Shapiro? The little mobster kid was Ben Shapiro.
That's funny.
But no, I want to see what they're going to do with the X-Men. And I think that's part of the reason why we're getting WandaVision. I think they're gonna set up the X-Men in that, or at least set up mutants.
Well, yeah, like I think we've talked about it all along. Like that was the whole thing with in the comics. Like that was the House of M is like where like she basically like wipes out all the mutants. And then so like why not do something similar where she basically creates all the mutants?
I heard that since she's basically setting up the multiverse. Someone said that Evan Peters is coming in.
Who is?
He was Quicksilver in I can't remember. I can't remember what X-Men movie he was in. But he was
that the like the First Class?
I don't remember if it was First Class.
He was the one from.
He's the one that if you look on Facebook, there's always the video of him running around the mansion to Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, he was he's the one that was from Days of Future Past, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past is the one that I forgot, but Apocalypse, Days of Futures Past, and then the Dark Phoenix movie.
Which
I actually didn't mind him as Quicksilver.
I didn't mind him as Quicksilver. I like him as an actor. He's a great actor. He was great in the American Horror Story shows. He was, well, I haven't watched the past like 3 seasons because I can only take so much of that.
He was also in Deadpool 2.
Evan Peters?
Yeah.
Who was he in Deadpool 2?
Quicksilver. He was part of that little
the
shot where he was walking through the house and they shut the door.
Yeah. Are there no X-Men? He's just like just close the door quietly. I forgot about that.
Because I think it was like him and McAvoy and somebody else
Beast
that were just like that were in the room whenever the door just gets shut.
But well, if that Deadpool 2 basically says that those characters exist in that world, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing Deadpool 3.
Mm-hmm.
I see no reason why I don't see Deadpool chilling out with McAvoy. And if I don't get that, Josh is going to be a little angry. But no,
it may not be McAvoy, but I could definitely see like him hanging out with the X-Men, and then making jokes about, well, you don't look the same as the last time I saw you.
That would be amazing.
I mean, so great. That's what Deadpool is breaking the fourth wall. So
always, but no, I think that, well, since they said Evan Peters might be coming back as Quicksilver for WandaVision, there's no reason we shouldn't have Fassbender back as Magneto.
Do you think that we finally get Channing Tatum Gambit?
You know, I've been wanting that for years.
Everyone has.
Because Channing Tatum, great actor.
Looks exactly like him.
Looks and honestly, all the dude has to do is do like a Louisiana accent.
He can do it, I promise.
I mean, exactly. There's no reason why Channing Tatum should not be in the MCU right now.
Because he was in it for he was Gambit for it was like a bad version, but in the X-Men Origins, right?
That wasn't him. That was I can't remember his name right now, but he was in Lone Survivor. And Friday Night Lights, the show, I believe. I can't remember his name. He was also in Battleship, which They make movies based off of board games, and they wonder why they don't do well. I'm sorry. If they release tomorrow, we're doing a Monopoly movie. I'm not watching that movie.
I can't even find Gambit in the.
It's like Taylor.
Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds familiar.
I was about to say, it lists his character name as Remy LeBeau, not Gambit. Now, that might be Gambit's real name.
What is that? I can't remember. I don't remember following Gambit that much.
Yeah, that's his name in the actual, like his actual name in the comics is Remy LeBeau.
He didn't do that bad. It wasn't great because
But
that dude. I like that dude.
Not Channing Tatum.
Oh, without a doubt, he's not Channing Tatum. I think that the second they were like Channing Tatum's going to do an X-Men movie, everyone was like, "Fuck that guy."
Well, so they've had that movie in the works. There was supposed to be a Gambit movie.
Yeah, it was supposed
starring
to be
him, but it's been in the works for like 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been there and at one point they said it wasn't going to happen, and then at one point they said it was back on. It was just like the Flash movie. The Flash movie's been in works for like I think 6 or 7 years. Like it's been. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been in the works for years, switching directors, switching scripts, and at this point now they're finally getting a script that's Batman the movie. Because, let's be honest. But
Flash Bat Point.
Yeah, Flash Bat Point. That's funny. But no, God, I really hope we get that though. I really do hope we get that. That would be amazing. But I mean, it's like I said, I don't see why we don't get a Fassbender Magneto if we're going to get Evan Peters Quicksilver, because they exist in the same.
Yeah, so like you could do it. So the whole thing, right, is it's supposed to have where Wanda creates the multiverse, and then the whole point of, like the whole point of the Doctor Strange movie is going to be them fixing it.
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
So like you could technically like sneak some characters in that way and just be like, oh, well, why weren't they here before? It's like, oh, well, they were kind of leftovers from the multiverse going back to one.
Well, I think you're going to get a lot of them sliding people in, even if it's just cameos for like fan service.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, like the X-Men and Deadpool 2. I think that was primarily fan service and to make a joke.
Oh, it was definitely to make a joke because that's the only thing they could afford.
But I don't see why, like, just for since they're gonna do mutants, I don't see why you don't give Ian McKellen a couple seconds as Magneto, just to be like, haha, and then bounce, or Fassbender, or Patrick Stewart, or any of them.
Yeah, like you could easily give like a fan service cameo in either one of those movies.
Yeah.
Like if you're creating like once the multiverse happens, and I imagine that the Spider-Man movie is going to take place during that time too, right?
I think so too. I think. See, I don't know. I don't know if Spider-Man is going to come out first or Doctor Strange is, because if Doctor Strange is going to be them fixing the multiverse, Spider-Man has to come out first, because they're going to still be playing in the multiverse in Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So it has. What is this? It looks like December of 21. So
for Doctor Strange?
For Spider-Man 3.
For Spider-Man 3 is this year.
Yeah. It's like according to the wiki, it's the MCU wiki, it's legitimately, it says that their set date is December of 2021.
Well, is that updated for all the COVID stuff though?
Yeah, because that was their release from July of this year.
Okay.
So that came out like that was in July of last year, and then in October is when we got like all the news of like Electro, like Jamie Foxx being Electro and Benedict Cumberbatch being Doctor Strange in the movie.
Yeah.
So, what about? Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. That one is that one's March of 2022. So Spider-Man comes out first.
Okay. I figure that's what it'll be. Well, because you're still gonna have time for them to play in this multiverse, which I think that's what I'm more excited about. I'm wondering if there's something with the Spider-Man they're not telling us though. I mean, you're gonna get, and especially in a time where Miles does so great, you're gonna get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire instead of maybe a Miles, like introducing him in this. But
wait a minute, how did we never see that the director for the Multiverse of Madness was Sam Raimi?
I heard about that.
How did I not know that?
I heard about it when they signed him on, but I didn't think much of it after that. Well, I didn't get into it. I figured Sam Raimi can do it. Them Evil Dead movies, movies are great.
Oh yeah, like I am happy to see him get another shot at doing a comic book movie.
Oh yeah, and I think also in this, if here's what I think is funny. Okay, Sam Raimi is doing Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
In Sam Raimi's movie for Spider-Man 2, when they're naming Doc Ock, he went Doctor Strange, and JJ went, no, already taken. Now you get a chance. How the hell does J. Jonah Jameson know about Doctor Strange? You get a chance to answer that. Which I'm sure it was just like a joke for like Marvel fans, but now with the Marvel the way it is, I do not see a universe in which they do not exploit that in some way. Because it's right here. It's just like Justice League. How did we not know that was there? It's right here. Take it, play with it. But no, I want to know what's cooking with these Marvel shows. But
because it did also say that WandaVision and Loki were a direct tie-in to the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
So even the Loki series is going to be part of it, which that comes out later this year, right?
Yes, it comes out sometime this year.
Oh yeah, that's in May, so we'll have that pretty soon.
Oh yeah, which that's one I cannot wait for, because you know me, I'm a Loki guy.
Yeah, so we'll actually get WandaVision next week.
Is it next week? Is it next Friday?
Yeah, next Friday. So we have one more episode before.
So happy.
Yeah, one more episode.
I don't know why I thought it was 2 weeks away. But
we get that in January, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier is March.
Okay.
And then Loki is in May. And then I think the next thing is going to be either
Black Widow comes out in May too, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say I think the Black Widow movie is going to come out
May 6th, I think. I think they push it a whole year.
May 7th, yeah.
May 7th, yeah. Because I know that they pushed it a whole year from its original release date.
So we'll get Black Widow before what was that, Loki that I was just saying in May? Yeah. We'll get Black Widow. Well, they haven't released the day, so I would imagine they wouldn't put it on the same day. So it'll probably be like the end of May.
Yeah, probably the end of May, or like or mid to end.
Yeah, like, after that, the next things that we'll get will literally be Doctor Strange and or will be Spider-Man and then Doctor Strange.
Which I'm looking forward to that. But no, did you hear what the Falcon and the Winter Soldier did?
What'd they do?
They cast Eli Bradley.
Okay.
The actor they put in was Elijah Richardson, I believe. Elijah something.
Elijah Wood. No.
Oh, yeah, Elijah Wood. Frodo coming in. Hi guys. Yeah, Elijah Richardson for Eli Bradley for the Patriot. They said they're not 100%. They haven't 100% released it, but Marvel released it.
Mm-hmm.
When they say it's not 100% and it is 100%.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Patriot or the Patriot, depending on how people want to say it, for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show. So I think they're setting up Young Avengers.
That
I
would
think it's,
be
I think it's
that would be something that I feel like that was already in the works like a while ago that
I feel
people were
like it was
saying.
because now we got Spidey. Shuri is obviously going to be in it. If they don't put Shuri in the Young Avengers, they're just wasting it.
Yeah, and then they have Kate Bishop because they're getting the Hawkeye
Yep,
show.
Kate Bishop. And I think this new chicken Black Widow, I guess her sister or whatever,
Yeah.
might be in it too. Because I heard something about well, it's not exactly me hearing something. It's more of the chicken Black Widow whose name I can't remember. She knows Kate Bishop somehow, I believe. I can't remember how, but I know she knows her. But also Ant-Man's daughter.
Yeah, I was about to say they were.
Friends.
Yeah, I knew they were going to have her in it because they had said something about it before. And then I want to say that Iron Man's kid.
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do.
Either because it was either going to be her, or it was going to be the kid from Iron Man 3.
I don't see them doing the kid from Iron Man 3. As cool as that would be, you had 45 seconds of him in Iron Man 3, and then he was at a funeral. I mean, unless they actually do that, I think it might be Ironheart who becomes the new Iron Man for the Avengers, which I'm down for. You know, I've never really read any of the Ironheart books, but I mean, Marvel knows what they're doing. They haven't led us astray so far, other than Captain Marvel.
In Feige we trust.
In Feige we trust. But no. So we have Patriot coming in. So they're obviously setting up Young Avengers.
Yeah.
Which it also leads me to believe if we already know who the new Iron Man's going to be, who the leader is, and it's going to be Peter. It's going to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's already an Avenger.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows him and Tony were very close. I think Marvel's going to do like a handing down of the mantle. Like Iron Man was basically the leader of the Avengers. Like Cap did everything, but Iron Man was the heart. You know what I mean? He was what pretty much kept them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're going to hand it down to Spidey, and it would be smart of them to.
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Plus, he's already faced an Avengers level threat.
How many?
I mean,
1, 2.
Exactly. I mean, but no, Marvel knows what they're doing. They're gonna give us good stuff. But who doesn't know what they're doing is DC. And by doesn't know what they're doing, I mean I have read 3 different stories on the same thing this week.
Oh no, what's happening?
That is, first, someone posted a fake poster of Michael Keaton for a Batman Beyond film, which we've said hundreds of times. I don't think we've ever said it on here, but we've said it to each other. Yes, give me Michael Keaton as Old Man Bruce. And they are with Flashpoint. But from what I read, they're talking about focusing on Michael Keaton only Bat projects. And I also saw something else where the same dude who wrote that column or who interviewed someone was saying no, and there have been back and forth no and yeses on this thing. What I've read all day.
I wouldn't want, like, if you're going that route, it would have to be like a Batman Beyond storyline.
It would have to be, but here's the thing: if you're gonna have a Bruce Wayne, what I think they should do is what Warner Brothers is doing right now. We have the Robert Pattinson Batman coming pretty soon. That's next year, I believe. They pushed it to 2022.
Yeah.
Existing in the same world that Affleck Batman, or not the same world, but at the same time. Mm-hmm. You're going to get a Affleck Bat stuff and Pattinson Bat stuff. Do that. As much as I love Michael Keaton, and I think bringing him back as Bruce Wayne is the smartest thing DC's done in a while, don't give me only his version of Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? I love the Affleck Bruce Wayne. Go hand in hand with everything to where everyone's happy. You get a Pattinson Batman, you get an Affleck Batman, you get a Keaton Batman.
Well, I think the Affleck Batman's only coming back because of the Zack Snyder Justice League.
He signed a contract for the Zack Snyder's Justice League, and for basically the same thing that Henry Cavill signed his contract for. Solo and like team up and cameos. So there's gonna be more Affleck Batman because he signed on for, I think, I don't know exactly how many he signed on. He signed a new contract with DC is what I'm saying. So just do that. I mean, if you're gonna do Batman Beyond, do Batman Beyond. But from what they're talking about, Batman Beyond being might be the Batgirl show or Batgirl movie, whatever they decide.
So in the like the cartoon for Batman Beyond, it was Bruce Wayne as like old man Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
I would like to see live action Ace the Bat Hound.
Oh, that would be so great. I loved Ace. Ace, a dog that was there, didn't really do shit, but you're cool as hell, dog.
I mean, to be fair, in the cartoon, he did some shit.
Yeah.
And then you had your Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. She was the commissioner now. So so you still had Commissioner Gordon, it was just a different one.
Barbara Gordon, yeah.
And then you had, so it was basically like everybody from the originals is like all grown up. Like you had, like they even made references to like Nightwing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would have to go like that route where you would also get, like you would have to, if you're going to do it, it would have to be something, something where like he was like, that's the only way you could get away with it is having Keaton, because I don't think Ben Affleck is old enough to do it with yet.
No, and I am not seeing George Clooney or Val Kilmer come back to be old man Bruce.
Absolutely not.
Especially not Clooney. Clooney shits on that movie more than anyone shits on that movie.
And it's got to be tough because I make fun of it a lot.
Oh, I make fun of it. There are parts of that movie that are entertaining. Like they're not great. I didn't like their version of Mr. Freeze, and I did not like their Bane.
Yeah.
Because their Bane is a very smart villain. He's very intelligent. He's not, Bane smart like a photocopy of Hulk.
Yeah, they really like dumbed him down and made him like full brute.
And I did not like that, and I did not like the Mr. Freeze. I think Schwarzenegger wasn't a bad choice if they would have given him better lines.
Yeah, they basically just wrote him like Arnold lines.
Yeah, they're like, can you do an ice joke? It's ice to see you.
Perfect. Putting it in.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael Keaton's obviously the best choice for that character.
I did like the Poison Ivy in that though.
I thought Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy was very good.
I hated the rubber lips joke. That was
just what? Because it's the saliva. If you read the books, it's when you kiss, sorry, you have a girlfriend, I have a girlfriend. Spit goes places. That's what kissing is. There's spit involved. I mean, you don't want to, but you know what I'm saying?
Rubber lips.
Rubber lips was the worst joke ever.
Nope. It was still the Bat credit card. Never leave home without it.
Or the Bat nipples. Why does the Bat suit need nipples?
It shouldn't.
Here's the thing: if you have they have Bat nipples and Bat buns. Okay, look, I didn't do that well in school, but what I do know is that if on the Batgirl suit there were Bat nipples and Bat buns, they must think the people who made those costumes must have never seen another human being ever. They must have never accidentally scrolled online and seen some stuff. They're probably like, oh, well, I know that butts exist, and I know nipples exist. Everything else, nope. Bat nipples was not needed.
No, absolutely. I hated the Bat suit.
Oh, I think the bat suit could have been cool if it wasn't silver. Silver with the bat nipples.
If it didn't have nipples.
If they would have done like a comic accurate suit, the bat suit would have been a problem. But the bat nipples, man, I will never get over it. But no, I mean, it's just like they did a Nightwing storyline and they just basically wasted that character. They wasted Nightwing in that movie.
Chris
O'Donnell, not the best Robin. Not the best Robin.
I didn't mind him in the first one. Yeah, I didn't mind him with the Riddler and Two-Face. Yeah, but I think they kind of ruined the whole movie with they ruined his character with the last movie.
Yeah, they did. And well, the crazy thing is, Robin was supposed to be introduced in the Keaton movies. Originally, it was written that Robin was going to be introduced, and it was going to be the second was going to have Robin, then the third and the fourth one. And then something happened, like a writing disagreement, and they decided, okay, well, we'll just talk about that in the second one. So he's going to be in the second one. Never really happened.
Well, because it was supposed to be, what was it? Was it Damon Wayans?
No, but when they were doing the second the movie back in the day, in like the 80s,
yeah,
Damien wasn't thought up yet. Damien didn't get thought up until the 2000s.
No. Damon Wayans.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Damian Wayne. Yeah, Damon Wayans was supposed to be a Robin.
Because it was supposed to be like him as Robin. You have like Billy D was supposed to be Two-Face.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't have mind seeing Billy D as Two-Face. I'm not sure how I feel about Damon Wayans as Robin. If the route they were going to go was having a black Robin, I'm all down for that. Get someone else, because I like Damon Wayans, but I just couldn't see him as Robin. If other people disagree, everyone has an opinion. I'm not saying that I'm the shining level of Batman opinions. I mean, there's a reason why Warner Brothers doesn't pay me.
Well, I think it was just at the time. Like, you got to think it. Like,
he was pretty big in that time, because that was what, In Living Color.
Yeah, like that was like he was big at the time. So
yeah, they had the.
It doesn't necessarily make as much sense now as it did back then.
No, it doesn't make sense now. I don't know. Damon Wayans is a great actor. I couldn't have seen him as Robin, but also he wasn't Robin. You know what I mean? So there's a universe in which they do put him as Robin, and he's the pinnacle of what other Robins are judged by.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if they would have done it, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, because I wouldn't have this opinion. I'd always see Damon Wayans as Robin, but I think it did help it. I think them not doing it was smart, because there's kind of a running thing of people who play Robin. They don't really do much afterwards. I mean, Burt Ward really didn't do anything after Robin. He had little cameos and all that, but
Chris O'Donnell is now on
NCIS. But
he got an NCIS. Well, I mean, he's like the headliner of the show, and it's been.
Well, yeah, him and who's it? LL Cool J? Is he the other guy?
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen much of that show. I was never really a big NCIS guy.
It's got it has him. It has LL Cool J and
that Cajun dude, that like really Southern accent guy. He was in Jarhead.
No. He's in New Orleans. That's
Yeah. Okay. You're thinking about L.A.
Yeah, L.A. is the one that they're in.
See, I don't know. I didn't watch any of those shows. I watched the.
Oh, that one's gonna. I should know this. This is going to hurt me at the fact that I actually have to look that one up, because it's gonna hurt me that I can't think of his name.
I can't remember his name right now.
He was in Sling Blade. That was the thing that Lucas
was he? Was he the kid?
Yeah, he was the kid in Sling Blade.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Lucas Black. He was in Tokyo Drift.
He was in Jarhead. He was pretty good in Jarhead.
They have him set to be in the new the new Fast and the Furious movie.
Fast and Furious go to space.
Yeah, they're finally pulling in all the Tokyo Drift characters.
That's interesting.
But it has Eric Christian Olsen is also in
What?
NCIS Los Angeles.
What would I know him from? That name sounds familiar.
He was in Not Another Teen Movie.
Okay.
He was the yeah. So what I said to her was, I'm pretending to whisper in your ear so that he will inevitably like tell you the truth whenever we get done. He was that guy.
Yeah. Who was the? I guess it's New Orleans. One of the dudes from that was in the remake of The Thing, or the prequel version of The Thing, which still one of the best horror movies ever.
He was also you remember when they did the Dumb and Dumber, like when Harry met Lloyd?
Yeah.
He was also Lloyd in that movie.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about now.
He's hilarious, and I love him so much. He was also in The Thing remake.
Okay, yeah. But no, like there's a running thing with if you play Robin, you don't really do much else because people only ever see you as Robin. I mean, the same thing happened to Adam West. I mean, he had Family Guy and all that, but after Batman, he really didn't do much because it's kind of like the curse of being badass. Well, let's be honest, Adam West's Batman wasn't exactly badass as much; he was just campy.
Yeah, that's definitely the word for it.
Well, also his Batman was kind of a rendition of like like the Golden Age books of gonna boogie on a surfboard and fight the Joker at the same time. Like,
Oh, you mean the shark repellent?
yeah, like stuff. If they did it in the Bat books now, no one would read them. But but I don't know. I mean, there's kind of a running thing. I kind of wish I would have seen Damon Wayans as Robin, because the more I think about it, the more I think it might have been good. But no, they're talking about doing a Batgirl show. Which it's weird on what timeline they're talking. Because if they're going to do Barbara Gordon, they can't do Batman Beyond. Because by the time Barbara Gordon can be Batgirl, Bruce is in his 30s or 40s. I mean, Bruce is getting up there in age.
Yeah, that would be more. That would fit more of the timeline for Affleck.
Yeah, so I don't know what timeline they're doing for the Batgirl show, unless they're doing another Batgirl. Which, as from all the Batgirls I know, it would have to be Affleck, because Stephanie Brown, Bruce was still in his 40s or 50s. But DC seems to think they know what they're doing, and you know me, I'm a Bat guy, so if something's wrong, I'm gonna text you and be like, "This is some bullshit."
I'm actually wearing my Batman shirt right now.
I'm not. I'm wearing my Green Arrow shoes though, so.
Oh, okay.
My Green Arrow Converse and my Flash hat. Well, when I say Flash, I mean it's Serena's Flash hat, but she never wears it, so it became my Flash hat. But no. And then in other news with the Batgirl stuff, we don't really know much. All we know is there's gonna be a Batgirl show, and they're talking about Michael Keaton being her Bruce.
Well, so we already have the CW Batgirl show. Are they doing like a different one, or is it going to be
No, that's Batwoman.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't really get into the Bat family for a long time. I mean, well, the way her costume looks and all that, she was in it a little bit, but she's more of a relevant Batwoman now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what they're gonna do with Batgirl. I mean, if they do a Batgirl show and they don't do a Killing Joke thing, they're wasting a character.
Yeah,
because if they're gonna do
a good story.
Oh, it is one of the best stories. If they're gonna do a Barbara Gordon thing and Joker's nowhere to be seen, no Oracle stuff, don't do it, honestly, because that's just, there are a lot of people who don't like the fact that Barbara Gordon got crippled, but you don't get a lot of the modern Bat stuff without Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Zach Snyder is breaking our hearts this week.
Oh no.
you know, a man that gave us such wonders as the Watchmen movie.
Mm-hmm.
300. I don't think he did the second 300. I know he did the first one.
I forgot there even was a second one.
Everyone forgot there was a second one. But there are rumors that Zack Snyder is done with DC after the Snyder Cut.
Well, I mean, if you got to go out on top, right?
Exactly, because that Snyder Cut's going to be something great. I mean, let's be honest here. We have 2 months and some change, I think. Mm-hmm. March 25th. So essentially 3 months and some change before we get to see what was cooking over there at DC. I think it's kind of a ploy, which is smart from him, but he's also doing the Netflix Army of the Dead thing.
Yeah, so he's got other things going on. So
yeah, it's not just him peacing out and leaving from everything. I mean,
he may just be like not doing it for now, but he could come back later.
I hope that's what it is, because Snyder knows what he's doing. A lot of people complain about Batman versus Superman, and that's a Batman that kills. Not really, but also, yeah, he definitely killed some people in that movie. Let's be honest. He branded some people. He's dark. But I don't know. I think it's kind of a ploy. I think it's, if the Snyder cut doesn't do as well as he thinks it will, he's going to peace out. He tried his thing, it didn't work, he's gone. I think if the Snyder cut ends up like we think it's going to end up, which is great, he's not done with DC. I don't think he is. I think he just got his sandcastle back. You really think he's about to kick the sand and leave?
I mean, it would make people beg for him back for, give it a couple of years, and then people would be begging to have him back.
Yeah, which I've been begging for him back for a couple of years too. So, because let's be honest, I mean, Wonder Woman 1 was great. Wonder Woman 2
not so much.
Was a movie. It was there.
I made it better, yes, last week.
I hate you. You did. You did make it better. But no, Zack Snyder says he might be done with DC, which other people have stories they can tell. I mean, I'm sure they're going to do exactly what everyone else did with Christopher Nolan. I mean, people still go to him with talking about their DC movies. I think he was a producer on Man of Steel.
I still haven't seen that, so
I'm telling you, you need to watch it. I can promise. I know you're not a Superman fan. I promise you, by the time you watch that movie, you're still not going to like Superman, but you'll love Henry Cavill Superman, because I hate Superman.
I mean, I don't necessarily mind. Like, I haven't minded him in what I've seen.
I guarantee you, if you watch Man of Steel, you will text me and thank me. It's a good movie. But no, I mean, I think he's going to be like the pinnacle for what other DC directors are striving towards.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone does another Superman movie, of course they're going to look at the Richard Donner stuff, because they were genuinely good movies. They're also going to look at the Snyder stuff. And no, he's not done. He's not done with anything. He's not done with DC. He's staying. But like you said, he's also doing Army of the Dead, so he got Netflix money.
I was about to say he's going to be busy for a little bit, but that doesn't mean that he can't come back in the future. Yeah,
which I'm down for. I want him to come back. He has an eye for this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, he had a great vision for like this whole thing going forward. It was just unfortunately, some tough personal matters that cost it the last time.
Which every time I think about, thoughts and prayers go out of the family. I mean,
yeah,
I couldn't deal with it right away. I'd take more time than he took off. But I mean, Zack Snyder he's one of those directors who everything he does is very well done. Like Watchmen, that movie is very well done. That movie is almost panel for panel of the book. I mean,
it's been so long since I've seen that.
300.
I need to watch the new Watchmen show.
I need to as well.
I
And
mean, it's not like it wasn't filmed like 20 minutes up the road.
I know, right? And me not watching Watchmen, it wasn't, for any reason other than I see it and I go, I need to watch that. Oh my god, that, and I space out because I'm ADHD as hell. But
That.
We gather here like we always do to talk the nerd, to talk what makes us nerds is this stuff. And we said we wanted to do some more stuff with the page and more videos, more content, stuff where you don't just have to watch this, you can watch us talk about Star Wars and all that. So
Yeah,
we're gonna try and get that done for you pretty soon.
I was about to say we can see the nerd is the word headquarters Hall of Justice back there in the corner.
Yeah, we have that right there, and office is almost done. So hopefully next time we do this, you'll see the office rather than my living room. But
I mean, as long we thought this would be a good way to kind of go ahead and start 2021 out with a bang from us.
Yeah, now you can see our faces. You can see my
bald head,
my lack of hair, which Serena said I have to grow hair back now.
All right, well, I guess it's time to cast you as Professor X.
No, I think I might keep my head bald for a little while, and I don't know, but we got a bunch of stuff we're looking forward to doing for this channel. Once the office is done, like I said, you won't see the living room. You'll see my pops and all the wonders that I have in that office because I've nerded it up pretty good. You've seen it a bunch every time you came over it. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward. I'm glad we're doing the Zoom now because Serena sat there and she, when you were like, you want to do it over Zoom, she was like, he doesn't want to come over here. I was like, he just got off work. He probably doesn't want to come over here. If I just got off work and you were like, hey, you want to come over? I'd be like, fuck, let's Zoom this shit. But no, I think this is the layout we're gonna be doing from now on. I think for pretty much, other than the watch-alongs, I mean, the watch-alongs we can just do in the office. I mean, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll have like a different setup once we get like the full thing going on in the little Hall of Justice back there. But
yeah, the Hall of Justice, I like that. The Avengers campus in my office.
But we're definitely gonna have like the watch-alongs in there. We've got it set up where we can sit in there and do watch the movies on TV and then just kind of. I don't know if we'll do those as just like maybe an audio. Just to kind of have
maybe just
do audio and just kind of have that as just like something that you can just like put the movie on and then like pull up YouTube on your phone or something and like play it and watch it along with us.
Oh yeah, and I'm thinking about doing that and also doing a review. Like we can do the commentary, have that in our own thing, and then do a review where we sit just like this. What do you think of Iron Man 1? And then we crank out Iron Man all through the MCU, so you can watch these. You can watch the commentaries. You can watch the commentaries, and then these. You have
and we can do that for like the Star Wars movies too.
Yeah. DC, it would take literally a couple of days because there's like 9 DC movies. Well, if we're gonna do all the DC,
if it's like that, I don't even know if it's like that many because it's what you have 2 Wonder Womans, you have an Aquaman,
one Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad.
Come on now.
Yeah.
We'll stick with the normals.
Yeah.
So we're sitting at like 5.
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna do the Justice League. I think we'll do. Well, I don't see why we don't do Justice League and just talk about things we wish we could have seen better, like we did with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, like we can do that, and then we can do like the Nolan verse. That's only like 3 movies.
Oh yeah, and those are some of the best bad movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
we can go through and we can watch all the Tim Burton ones too. We can find those and watch those.
Which they're on Showtime now. I saw that today. We were looking through Showtime and it was like, really? DC or Warner Brothers put this onto here?
Do they have all of them, or do they have?
Yeah, they have both the Burtons, the Val Kilmer, and the Clooney one.
So they have, what is it? It'll be Batman, Batman
Batman Returns,
Returns.
Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
But
we
yeah,
can do those 4 too.
oh yeah, we have a lot of great stuff that honestly we can't wait to get out to you guys. Um, now that we have audio and you can see our faces, it'll be probably little more engaging. You can
Yeah.
watch my mind leak out of my ears every time he does everything he does. Because let's be honest, that Jensen Ackles, I hated I didn't see that, and I'm ashamed I didn't see that. But
Bastards.
bastards. But anything else? Anything else you want to
No,
add?
I think that's it for today.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else either. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all of our social medias: Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, I'll be sure to put the like the Facebook and the Instagram links in the description. That way, just in case you're not subscribed, like just in case you're not following like the Facebook page or the Instagram,
Yeah.
like we post different things on each
Oh
one,
yeah.
so it kind of.
Also, apologies for last week's episode. I thought I uploaded it, and then I thought you had uploaded it. I didn't get it until the other day, or onto the Facebook. My apologies. It'll be up on Facebook tomorrow. That was a fact of it's been these holidays been crazy, man.
Yeah, the holiday times do get a little crazy,
Oh
but
yeah.
but we've gone to that new upload schedule, so every Thursday 11 a.m. it's gonna go live just in time for your lunch breaks at work or wherever you're at.
Oh yeah, and like I said, share it out, man. You got friends who are interested in the kind of stuff we talk about, and you think they'd enjoy our little banter.
And if you guys have any like for we did our castings, like if you have any that you think that would be cool, just make sure to like comment them on something.
Oh yeah, I
That
mean,
way we can see who you guys are thinking too.
yeah. If you have any castings you want us to do, feel free to mention that. I know that we didn't do it on here. We did it at work one day, the Justice League one, which that will still blow my mind every time. But yeah. So if you have nothing else to add, thank you guys for watching. This was Nerd is the Word. I am Josh.
I'm Jeff,
And may the force be with you.
and this is the way.